are recording. Welcome to another edition of the Barely Watching Podcast. I go by the name of Cobra Karate, trying to stay hydrated, sipping on this motherfucking Gatorade.
And it's me.
It's me.
It's your man D Mobile, across the global, with that sugar-free soda. No me joda.
No me joda. Oh, you start your cleanse today, right?
I'm prepping for it. It starts tomorrow, but I'm prepping for it.
And it's your girl, K.I. Double, drinking on some water. We got a healthy week this week. Nobody's drinking today. Stay hydrated.
Damn, so why can't I have this?
They got the aspartame in it?
Probably.
Yeah.
What is that?
Yeah. Aspartame?
It legit, because I'm doing this thing called the Whole 30. And it legit has nothing in it. Nothing but aspartame. I can't see it, but I'm pretty sure it does.
Yeah, the aspartame is no good. It's no good. They say too much of that. They say too much of that leads to like brain rot and shit. It leads to like brain cancer. And they say it doesn't help. Aspartame, aspartame.
This doesn't have aspartame.
Oh, so that's good. Like shit, like a lot of sugar-free stuff, like Crystal Light, stuff like that, like NutraSweet and things like that have like contain aspartame, like equal and stuff. And basically, it's a sugar replacement, and people use that for like sugar, like sugar-free stuff to cut down calories. But sometimes what that does, that slows down your metabolism. And also, they say later on, too much of it could lead to like brain rot or like brain cancer. It's found a lot in like Diet Coke and stuff like that too. So you gotta be careful.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
my dad used to drink a lot of Diet Coke because he's diabetic, but he doesn't drink Diet Coke anymore. He switched to Diet Mountain Dew, but I feel like that still has sugar in it. So
this has sucralose.
Sucralose, yeah. Sucralose is another sugar replacement.
It's another fake sugar.
Yeah. That's what it is.
Should I light myself like this?
You said what?
Should I light myself like this?
Nah, you look stupid.
That don't work?
Nah. So if you're gonna use sugar, you might want to use like raw sugar. Raw sugar is good. Stevia, that type of sugar.
Activia.
You
remember how she went to Verncoat?
Huh?
You remember how she went to Verncoat?
Yeah, she used to be we used to be in decaf kicking it.
Yeah. Activia, motherfucking Propecia, Listerine.
That sounds like my starting new team tomorrow.
Oh, and the Spanish girls, Amarylix and generics, asphyxia.
Nothing's more funnier than a Spanish person, a Puerto Rican with a straight black name. You look at it, you be like, oh, okay, let's say Denishika. Okay, cool. Denishika Rivera. Oh, okay. She might be half and half. You know what I'm saying? You see her come in, she white as snow. Puerto Rican could be.
You ain't seen nothing till you seen out here a bunch of black dudes with ski at the end of their name.
What do you mean?
Jakowski, Petrowski. Like what?
Oh, okay.
Dante Petrowski. Like what?
Wow.
He's a slave. He was a house nigga.
So what's going on, y'all? How's the week? How's the week been?
Well, it's felt like, the 89th week of January, but it was amazing. It felt like January's been forever, but it's been good. How was your week, D-Mobile?
My week was fine. Man, it's been a long month, it seems like. It seems like January's been here for a long time. And I don't know what that means, but it does feel like January's been really long.
I feel you 100%. I'd be like, yo, I'm shit. And then it's like, for me, it's like time don't even move. Cause I'm just like here, rehabbing and everything like that. I'm just like, yo, what the hell? I'm like, nigga, it's still January? And I'm like, yo, February 1st. I'm like, damn, ain't February yet? Yo, this shit, damn. And then, my situation with my knee and shit, it was just like, oh man.
When did you return back?
Around May, probably. May.
Oh, so you out.
Yeah. Yeah. Around May. It could be April, but target date probably around May.
Okay.
Early.
So we got a lot of work to get in and get done before you get back.
Yeah, got a lot of physical therapy. You got to do like a lot of stretches and little things on my own to do that, and then do the physical therapy shit and everything. It's just a big fucking process.
This motherfucker got new legs.
Yeah.
You been out the house because you go down the stairs, right? So you haven't been out the house.
Yeah, I can go down the stairs. I can go down the stairs, but and everything. But because now I'm no longer on the walk. Huh?
You got one of those chairs that go down the stairs? One of those old ladies?
Nah. Now I can walk down the stairs. I'm on a cane now. I don't need to walk. I can use the cane now.
Oh, okay, good.
So yeah.
Yo, you're gonna have to your shirt.
What?
Your shirt. You're gonna have to blur that.
Huh?
You're gonna have to blur it.
Cool.
Man, I'm alright with that. It's alright. It don't matter. Can't see it. I'm just gonna tuck it.
Go for the blanket over. You gotta throw a blanket.
Just go tuck yours in.
Just tuck mine in. There you go. See? Everybody's tucking it in today.
You know what I'm saying? And nah, man, I'm on DoorDash. I'm trying to get the African food. So I'm trying to get the African food delivered, but they don't got the shit that I want. Because certain days they have certain menus, and I'm kind of pissed right now. And nobody's home. Well, I'm saying nobody's home, so they can't even get me that. So I'm heated right now.
So no food?
I'm heated right now. I mean, I could get some. I could order something, but it's not the shit that I want. And mind you, so I'm on the internet the other day, and I see the most disrespectful shit ever. Nigga, they have a thing called a fufu challenge.
Heard about this.
Pissed me the fuck off. You had a bunch of you had some white kids. You had the gay black dude, and then you had the black woman. It was like, trying something. Say it's called fufu, and Africans use it, and they eat it, and then here it goes. It's it's gooey, and everything. You're supposed to eat it with some soup called peanut butter soup, or the other soup, something like that. You dip it. Let's try it. And they was out spitting it out. They're all scratching their tongue, talking about this is the most disgusting and shit. And then there's a side picture of an African dude, a Nigerian dude. He's eating with his hands. He's talking, whatever. He's just shaking his head. And then there's white kids that do it, and they're like the most annoying motherfuckers. They're like, yeah, we're trying this thing called fufu, and we got it at this place. It's not even a store; it's a house. We went to the house and we bought it at the house, and yeah, we're gonna eat the soup. Hold on, we're gonna try it. Oh my god, it feels like glue. Oh my god, oh, this is disgusting. Like, yo, I was so pissed off. And the African dude, right? And the African dude's over there, he's kind of like narrating. And then he like, that because he's a comedian and he's talking like in a Nigerian accent. Then he's like, nah, stop it. All jokes aside. He was like, yo, black people. He's like, yo, this is where you're from. This is your roots. And then you're going to be over here to be disrespectful about different culture. He's like, because when you're over here disrespecting your culture, it leaves room or invites other people like these motherfuckers to talk shit about that and warrant that. It I was so pissed off. I was like so pissed off.
So why were so many Africans outraged by this?
Why would it outraged by that? Because because it's very disrespectful how they was doing it. Because some people were just doing it for clout. You know, some people were just doing it for clout on some trying to get a laugh type shit. When it really wasn't like that. It's like people, your taste buds are your taste buds. What you like is what you like. Mm-hmm. But for you to sit there and, oh my God, this is fucking disgusting and everything like that. Yeah, that's not disrespectful. Mm-hmm. It's like you don't do that and shit on other people's food and culture and everything like that. Yo, if you don't like it, be like, yo, nah, it's not for me. But to make fun of that and everything like that, nah, it's mad disrespectful.
I've seen a lot of.
Maybe I had to see more of it because I only seen the girl who's like a makeup artist. I think she's African, mm-hmm. and she's a makeup artist, and maybe she's black. I'm not sure. But she was with another guy, and she was trying it. She said she wanted to try it, and he kept saying, chew it, swallow. No, you can't spit it out. Like she wanted to spit it out. She didn't say anything was disgusting, or she didn't say anything disrespectful. She probably said it was disgusting. She probably said she didn't like it. Her facial expressions, her body language could tell you that she didn't like it. She wanted to spit it out, but he was forcing her to eat it. So that's the only clip I seen. So I guess if I would have seen a bunch of white people doing it and making fun of my type of food, I would feel offended too. But I didn't take offense to her not liking the food just because it was African food, because there's a lot of Black food, American food, white people food, Chinese food, Vietnamese food I tried from other cultures that I didn't like, but didn't disrespect their culture as well. So I guess that's...
No, he wasn't. See, but that's the thing. He wasn't taking offense to them not liking it. He was taking offense how they was making a mockery of it. That's the
but what is the mockery though? Like,
what is the mockery?
So there's a lot of these challenges where it shows people trying different types of food for the first time. There's a lot of it. There was something I saw where it showed millennials try Generation X snacks. I saw one where it was Mexicans try Asian food for the first time. I saw one where it was like Italians try Italian restaurant food. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of those around. So I don't know. I definitely would feel some sort of way about it if it was food that I identify with. You know, I don't identify with fufu. If it was something that I identify with. But upon review, I would think about it and be like, well, they're not really doing anything wrong, I don't think.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I only see hers though. So I got to see the other ones because I did only see hers and I felt really bad. People made her feel bad about not eating the food. Like, I don't like fufu. Y'all mad at me? Like, I think this shit's disgusting. That's just me. But, you know, like, I'm not downing a culture because I don't like fufu.
Have you tried it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tried it. Was not a fan.
I don't like it. It's all for me.
And that's the thing. But there's also like a whole nother level to it. There's also the whole oppression of a culture piece to it. So I guess if you do this sort of thing with an oppressed culture, there's a different slant to it. That should be having a slant. And
I got a curve.
You know what I'm saying? So maybe that, you know, I don't know.
Cause like this video, you have people, I'm saying like they were making mockeries of it. Like, I'm saying, yeah, one dude, he's like, you know what I'm saying, he took a dab of it, he spit it out, he's over here gagging, scratching his tongue and acting like doing all this extra shit. And then there's one girl like, oh my God, I'm sorry, I'm definitely like I'm gonna throw up, and I was like, yo, this is like being real extra with it. And I'm like, all right, that's a little uncalled for. I'm like, yo, you trying to get views, I'm saying, you're trying to be funny and shit like that. And then he was like, he was basically like, yo, when y'all motherfuckers do that, that warrants these motherfuckers, like these white kids and shit like that, who don't give a fuck about our culture and everything like that. It gives them fucking, I'm saying, warrants them, it gives them access to do that.
I don't know. I'm not sure I agree with Homeboy. Like, I feel like on the surface, and when I see it, I didn't see the white folks doing it. I just saw a bunch of clips of people eating fufu. if I saw a bunch of white kids eating fufu and saying it was disgusting, I would get pissed off top. I'm like, what the fuck? But hold on. But if I thought about it a little bit, I'd be like, well, I don't really see what they're doing that's different than what people been doing for the past couple years with trying food and saying it's good or saying it sucks.
That's like I'm saying, that's like a white kid coming to your mama's house, right? Biting into her chicken, spitting it out, over there fucking gagging, talking about, oh, this tastes like dirt. Oh my God, this is
that's not the same thing. That's not the same thing, bro.
That's disrespect.
That's not the same thing. No, it's not. What? So what it's like is
we're taking offense to your culture food.
Yeah, because it's your culture.
Personal. Yeah, not something you personally cooked or your mom cooked. It's like that's different. Like if someone doesn't like Black people that don't like collard greens, they say they're disgusting.
Yeah, like I identify with soul food. If they had a bunch of white kids eating soul food and go, oh my God, this is disgusting. At first, I'd be like, man, fuck these. Right. I'd be like, wait a minute. You know.
All right, but that's what I'm saying, but that's what I was trying to go to as far as like with chicken. You know what I'm saying? Like chicken was the thing, but I was bringing that, because when you talk about chicken, you automatically identify Black people. Period. You know what I'm saying? Regardless. Some nigga shit, but you know what I'm saying? Yo, we talk about some fried chicken.
Me and my brother were talking about this one day, and I'm no longer feel embarrassed that chicken has a Black people connotation. You know why? Because the three basic meats, Black people chicken, Spanish people pork, white people beef. Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Yeah.
Think about all the commercials for like steakhouses and stuff like that. It's always like some white guy, 14 pounds of beef. You know what I mean? It's like white people is beef.
Yeah.
Same thing. You know what I'm saying? Same thing.
Yeah.
And they can keep that beef and they can keep that swine.
I mean, they can keep the swine, but to pass that beef over, I'm saying, yo, pass that beef over. Thing, you know
and then think about Spanish people. Spanish people use pork in things that don't have meat in it.
Yeah.
Spanish people use pork in fucking rice.
Yes. Yeah. Pork flavor. Pork flavor. Son, that shit fucked me up.
And then there's certain other cultures that are pork too, like certain Asian cultures. It's like pork is all through there. You know what I mean?
Hawaiians eat a lot of pork. I didn't know until I was in Hawaii. It was pork everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
That's all.
I'm trying to get fish. I'm in Hawaii. I can't get no fish. They're like, we have pork and we have this pork and that. I'm like, y'all ain't got no like salmon.
Yo, they have spam in the McDonald's in Hawaii.
Yeah, they do. They did have spam.
That's crazy. And that's nasty. I never had spam in my life.
You a goddamn motherfucking liar.
Me neither.
Never had spam in my life. I swear to God, never had spam in my life. Never had spam in my life.
I'm the motherfucker that ate spam before.
Yep.
Probably.
Fuck both of y'all.
Son, when we was getting shit from the food pantry back in the day, my mom didn't the can that just said pork, my mom threw that shit out. The can that said beef, my mom threw that shit out.
The can that said pork, when my mom got it, she kept that shit for herself. But she kept that shit.
Oh, we threw that shit out. My mom was like, nigga, I ain't eating this shit. Yeah, mom.
When I was a little kid, bro, I can remember the last time I ate pork. My mom took us to the park for a little picnic and made, not the last time I ate pork, the last time I ate spam, made spam sandwiches. And I remember thinking like, yo, I never want to eat this shit again. And I don't think she ever bought it again after that. I was like maybe 12.
Yeah, no, I never had spam. Never had spam. I've never seen canned pork. I've never seen canned beef. Interesting. I've seen canned peanut butter. I've had that.
Yeah. We're talking about the welfare cans.
Yeah, the welfare can of peanut butter with the oil was like this thick and you had to
mix
it.
Yeah.
Peanut butter. But I don't think I've ever seen, I gotta ask. I don't think I've ever seen canned pork.
The only reason why I saw the pork is because when I worked in Plumlee, they had leftover stuff of it, and sometimes I would take it home. Like they had leftover white cans, and my mom wanted the pork one.
Son, we had Then we had Miss Diane, I'm saying, who used to run the food pantry. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, used to send boxes a whole bunch over. So Miss Diane saying setting us up. Powdered milk, never used it, but it was there. You know what I'm saying? The powdered milk was there. Nigga, we used to kill the fucking peanut butter. And I remember I found out the cheat code, how to use the peanut butter so it won't break the bread. You constantly have to mix the oil. You have to. Once it gets nice and creamy and everything like that, then you take the oil. I'm saying then you take it like thus. And it's nice and soft, and you gently spread it across the bread like so. And this,
if you don't mix that shit up,
to pour it out. I used to be like, nah, you can't pour it out. You got to mix it. Some of them used to pour it out.
Gotta mix.
You got to mix.
Gotta mix it.
Yo, the first time I ever had it, I poured the oil out and then stuck the thing in there, and I was like, oh, like I swear I went, oh.
And
I was like, so this was no good. This was no good. I got to start on the next one.
Done. There's nothing worse than spreading some peanut butter and you breaking the bread. You don't know if you're mad at yourself. You don't know if you're mad at the bread. You don't know if you're mad at anybody else in the room. You want to fight somebody.
Why is it that when you break the bread with the peanut butter, you don't want to eat that shit? Like it's broken. Like, yeah. I can't eat this.
Yeah.
Like, how the fuck can I eat this? It's broken.
Don't let it be the last piece of the good bread, because the only thing you have left, the two options, is the butt. Forget about it. Forget about it. Yo, you gotta be a whole different human being to make a sandwich with the butt. Not just one. Two pieces. If you use two pieces,
you never made a sandwich with the butt.
You a different person.
Hold on. Making a sandwich with the butt is cool. A peanut butter jelly sandwich with the butt, you a goddamn savage. You a savage.
Hey, man, listen.
You put some cold cuts in the butt? Yeah. Peanut butter. I had a fluffer nutter with the butts one time. Nigga, I'm still digesting that shit.
From 92. That should come out in 2022.
Hell yeah, it's risky using one piece of the butt. If you use two pieces of the butt, Jesus.
I can still, my mouth was so fucking dry eating that fluffernutter. I was like, this is terrible. It literally felt like I was chewing a pillowcase. That's what it felt like.
Then you gotta have time. It's like, if you using two pieces of the butt, you got to be like, it's gonna take me like 30 minutes to eat this sandwich. Cool. Niggas ain't playing kickball yet. Niggas ain't.
And you gotta have something to drink.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas will call you up like, we going outside. You coming? Nah, I don't got time today. I'm eating this sandwich.
Hell yeah. You ask them how long you gonna be out there for. That's what you ask them. How long you gonna be out there for? No, you there for a minute. You like
what in the butt?
Yo, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, man. So what are we off to? So where we starting off first?
I got some stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
Mario, I'm gonna just share it with you guys because I forgot to send it.
I got a bone to pick. I got a bone to pick with this motherfucker right here. This motherfucker.
Oh, Key, he got you.
I got a. No, not Key. No, not Key. I'm talking about D-Mobile. D-Mobile's motherfucking.
D-Mobile, he got you. He got his ass.
Yeah. Oh man. And then I wish we had court music so we could bring this nigga to court.
What I do? Is my shit dry? I just got out the shower. I didn't lotion.
I can't really see that far.
Do I look dry?
I can't see that far.
Do I look dry?
Where's the motion? You look hot. You hot, Craig?
What?
So this motherfucker, right? So I put the topics up. Oh, this is the topics and everything like that. Boom. This motherfucker sends me a topic talking about, we're gonna talk about the Jasmine Sullivan album. I was like, The Jasmine Sullivan album? Really? Now, is this the same nigga that was getting at me talking about I'm on some woman shit when I was interested in listening to Lakeisha Cole and Ashanti verses? And
this nigga was making fun of my brains.
Hold up. And then he was talking about, I just don't see how a man could listen to a whole Keisha Cole album, blah, blah, blah. Nigga, that Jasmine Sullivan album, I heard it way before you even said it. But the thing was, I just didn't think that, you know what I'm saying, as men, we should talk about the Jasmine Sullivan album. You know what I'm saying, as men, and everything like that. But, since you bringing up the topic of the Jasmine Sullivan album, you hypocritical motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, really?
Okay.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. Has Pete heard that Jasmine Sullivan album?
Of course not. I mean, I didn't ask him, but I'm pretty sure he has it.
Okay, just want to make sure, because if he would have heard that shit, I would have went live and tagged this motherfucker on Instagram and rang his ass out too.
Am I allowed to speak yet?
Hey, go ahead.
Quarters in order. We're done. Go ahead, Demario, your turn.
The reason why I wanted to talk about the Jasmine Sullivan album is to highlight the point you just fucking made. That's it.
I want to talk about Sullivan album.
The first Jasmine Sullivan album I heard way back in the day. I never heard the second one. I heard her first album, and it was wall to wall bangers. I loved it. It was amazing, right? And for me, it seemed like something that you didn't have to fit into a certain demographic to dig, which is one of the reasons why I liked it. She had a bunch of hip hop samples on there. She flipped the Jizza Liquid Swords beat on one of the songs. Another song she did, she flipped a song that was C. Ray's Walls. I don't know if you remember C. Ray's Walls. One of her beats was a C. Ray's Walls beat. I was like, what the fuck is this? I was blown away by her first album. So then when I hear that she's coming out with some new shit, because I never heard nothing about the second album. So I heard she's coming out with some new shit. I'm like, oh, let me check this out. 2-3 days ago, I would get in the shower, I put on her new album. By the third song of her talking about sucking dick, I was like, yo, I'm done with this shit. Like, what the fuck is this shit? I was so disgusted, let down, run amok, led astray, hoodwinked, bamboozled. I was upset. I was like, yo, what the fuck is this shit? And then I started getting mad at people who like it, because everyone was talking about how great it is online and this and that. And I was like, man, this shit is straight garbage. This is the music version of reality TV. Right there in music. I was so upset. I was like, you know what? We got to talk about this on the show. Yo, Jasmine Sullivan is an intelligent, creative songstress, and her voice is magic. And now she's degraded herself to making hood rap music.
Nope.
If you listen, that shit was hood rap. If you would have listened to
hold on.
Go ahead, Kylie. This is your argument.
To the album. If you continue to listen to the album, you will understand how great that fucking shit is. At first, I was on something. I'm like, damn, because I was hearing a lot about, she's talking about this and that. No, she's talking about the double standards of women when it comes to women and men, and she's shitting on women who talk. I'm saying who saying that are gold diggers and that are
that want to go to Atlanta and get their ass done, that want to find a rapper and get rich. Like, listen to the entire album. Like, it's composed very well. The storyline is put together. It's from all different types of what the first of all, it's not an album, it's an EP. The title of it is called Hotels. So like hotels.
Yes, I get it.
So you have to listen to the commentary along the way too, because when the song, the EP has been out for a couple weeks now, probably like a month or so now. I think at least a month. So from the time it dropped, and even in the group chat, like some of the girls in the group chat were like, "Yo, she's gay? Did she dated a girl?" Like they were a little confused on what was going on. They're like, "What happened to Jasmine? Like, we wasn't really expecting for this the same way you're saying." But after they listened to it throughout, they understood the whole composition of the EP, and it's just an EP. It's not an album. So understand that project is. It's a project. You're a musician or, a rapper, an artist, you understand the MF Doom, his lyrics and his composition of his albums and how he put his shit together. Understand her as well. Give it a chance. It's fine.
So
you will like.
So while I was listening to it, I kind of had that thought for a second. I was like, well, maybe she's doing like an ironic sort of making fun of people who like this sort of shit thing, but I still don't want to listen to that.
No,
like,
but it's not all of it's not that.
There have been rappers who have done albums like that. Prince Paul did an album called Politics in the Business, where he made it sound like a bunch of like jiggy beats and like that type of shit. And if it sounds too much like that, even if you're trying to make a point, you lose me. I can't listen to that.
It's a very dope piece of work and how she put it together. Because she talks about double standard, and then she has a song talking about how hoes be winning. How she's talking about how she, she tries to be this conservative girl, who wants to, wants to carry herself like this, but the guys that like the elite of the elite want these hoes. And she talks about that. And she talks about how hoes be winning.
So it was difficult for me, man, because I listened to the first 3 tracks. And the first song I actually the one where she's singing about you left your feelings.
Yeah.
I kind of like that one, right? That's what made me listen to the album. Somebody was playing that on their Snap. And I was like, oh, that's Jasmine Sullivan. I could tell her voice. I was like, cool, I'm gonna check out her album. And then like by the 3rd song of her talking about going and fucking and even if you are making a point, a grown man, me, can't be ironing my clothes, singing, I'm going to get some dick. And I can't do that.
But a grown man, you can be ironing your clothes talking about you're gonna go rob somebody's and fuck this and all this other shit that you're not going to do because you're going to go work at the Boys and Girls Club, but you can go.
Which one is something I can live with? I can live with DeMario going and robbing someone. I can't live with DeMario going and fucking some guy.
Yeah.
Well, don't think of it as you going to suck some guy. Think of it as
all I'm saying is if she's making a point, that's fine. But and I feel dumb now because I thought that for a second. I was like, well, maybe she's because I feel like I know her.
About like
she
has a song where a woman and this is where both of my friends are, and the hairdresser that does my hair even said, yo, I thought she was gay because of the story that's told before the song. But a woman talking about how she got into a same-sex relationship and she ended up cheating on the girl, which never happens. She used to always like these dudes cheating on her. She never was the one to break someone's heart. And the next song that plays is talking about don't go have too much fun without me. Like that whole ballad is like fucking beautiful. You would like that. Then there's like there's married women talking about how they fuck their husband to get what they want. It's like, let's just keep it real. Like you're gonna please your husband and get what you want. So that's a hotel as well. So that's some of these hoes that are married, they're still hoes. Like that's a hotel as well. There's different things. Like you got to listen to the whole complete project from start to finish. You'll like it. I'm telling you.
It's all right. So I'll turn it back on. I'll give it another go. But I'm telling you, that 3rd song of her talking about fucking dudes, I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, what happened to Jasmine Sullivan? And then like for a real split second, I thought maybe it was that kind of reverse thing. You know what I mean? And then I kind of dismissed it. I was like, even if it is, I can't be singing this shit. So
yeah, because when I first heard it too, I was like, okay, Jasmine Sullivan's doing that route. And I really deep down listened to it, and I'm like, yo, over here shitting on these girls. Like, yo, she's over here like really calling them out there like that. And then she has a song talking about how she wants to move to Atlanta, marry a millionaire, and she's on those girls. And I was
laughing. That song's funny as hell. But I'm pretty sure there's girls out there singing that song like, I'm about to move to Atlanta, get my ass done.
And she's basically like she basically puts out the double standard. She like, yo, it's dope. It's so dope, and it's well put together. It's not on some ratchet shit, but she does it in a ratchet way, just like Lauren. I'm saying, just like Lauryn Hill said, and I add a motherfucker so you ignorant niggas hear me. That's exactly what he did. Exactly what she did, and it's fucking dope. Beautiful fucking work.
I also understand that. Yes, I agree with Kylie. I'm glad you came at him too about this too. But I'm glad you brought it up though. But also understand it is only an EP. She did it after coming out of like a very bad domestic violence relationship she was in. So the whole tales, like everything that's put together, everything that you hear, it all makes sense on her. You know, people make better music when they're going through pain, like Mary and shit.
Yeah, I learned that. Hold up, man. Gotta get my candy real quick. I learned that on the 5 Heartbeats. I remember watching the 5 Heartbeats when he said
Duck will be a better writer when he suffers more.
When he suffers more, he goes, well, I'm on my way to becoming a better writer. And I was just like, yo, that's crazy. That's so crazy.
Thanks to my brother JT for being the same selfish
No, yeah. He said, yup. He said Duck's a great writer, but he hasn't discovered pain yet.
No, that's not what he said. What he exactly said was Duck will be a better writer when he suffers more. That's the quote.
You sure?
I bet money on it. I can't remember his last name.
I know him more quotes, but I didn't see the 5 Heartbeats enough to feel like that sounds more right.
I can't remember his last name, but he said Duck something. Is it Matthews?
I don't know.
Yes, Matthews. Because it's JT Matthews, his brother. So, so it's Duck. So he said Duck Matthews would be a better writer when he suffers more.
That's dope. Yeah. But shout out to Jasmine Sullivan.
We'll come back to it next week.
Yeah, shout out to Jasmine Sullivan for that.
I'm gonna tell you about that. How do you listen to music?
Huh?
No, Demario, how do you listen to music? Like in the shower, driving? How do you when you listen?
Mostly when I'm in the shower or driving, or sometimes when I'm like cleaning and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me too. Cause it's funny, the song with her and Ari Lennox, nigga, she starts the song, sit on it. I was like, what?
Yeah, and that's when I turned it off.
No, that's like the 8th song. So that ain't the 3rd song. Trust me. That's like one of my favorites.
That's the 3rd song.
It's
still
not. I'm going to it right now. I just was listening to it. Driving.
I bet money that's the 3rd song.
So you didn't even get to the joint with Anderson .Paak.
No.
That's a dope song too.
The 3rd song is Picture Feelings. I'm telling you, I know these songs. Are you talking about just interludes or just songs?
What'd you say?
Are you just listening to the interludes or the songs?
I don't know.
Are you listening to the whole project or just like you had to listen to the interludes? How you start?
So what the song, the Sit On It song? What number is that?
6. But there's stories between each one, so then that would be technically the 3rd actual song, but that's the 6th track.
You gotta listen.
Yeah, so just like I said, the 3rd song.
You gotta listen to the interlude.
But that's why you don't like it, because like, okay, so I know somebody who listens to new projects on shuffle. I don't know. For me, I started from start to finish, and then the second time I go through shuffle. That's just me. That's how I listen to music. But I can't listen to a project on shuffle because that's not how the artist wanted to
I didn't listen to it on shuffle. You just said it's the 6th act. You said it's the 6th track, but 3rd song. You just said that.
Yeah, but I was saying, like, if you're listening to the interludes, you would probably understand the project a little bit more to give it a chance.
I listened to the interludes.
Sit on It comes after he puts it down, but she's also talking about taking care of your nigga. He's living at home, but he fucks the shit out of me, so I'm taking care of this nigga. He can take my car. He can do whatever he wants. I take care of this nigga. So, like, there's interludes that would make you understand the song, or at least the project a little bit more to like it. I don't know.
But you don't see how this is all stuff that doesn't resonate with me? Like, why? This isn't a story that I can relate to.
Right.
Yeah, but just songs resonate with you.
But she's still talking about girls. She's calling those girls. I'm saying she's still talking about. It may not be nothing that resonates with you, but she's basically giving you a picture, an inside look of of these different types of women, and she has experienced these different types of women and has women. Like she talks about.
Yeah, I guess that was my problem with it. I listened to the interludes. I didn't really pay attention to them because I was like, so what? And it's just, I guess the content of the story didn't resonate with me, so I didn't really pay attention to the interludes.
Yeah, you gotta pay attention.
But now that I hear that there is a story and that it's a concept that makes sense to me, I will listen to it. You know what I mean? On the subject, you need to go back and check out Jasmine Sullivan's first album. She got a song called My Foolish Heart.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, she takes the Jizz's Liquid Swords beat, bro. It's freaking crazy.
I remember when that album first came out and how much you started it. You used to come to the crib and tell me, like, yo, that new Jasmine Sullivan. I'm like, yeah, okay. He's like, nah, I don't really like shit like that, but she's different. I'm like, okay.
That's the one with the lions, tigers, and bears on it.
Yeah. You was like, she's fucking crazy. I love her. But then you didn't like her when she got skinny.
No, she got skinny?
Yeah.
Have you seen her?
No, it was Takara who I started to hate when she got skinny.
Oh, okay.
I didn't even know Jasmine Sullivan got skinny. I don't even know what she looks like. I've never seen her.
Jasmine Sullivan?
Yeah, never seen her.
Wow. Wow. Yo, you know what's weird? I know it's funny, right? I was watching Class Act the other day. I remember when it first came out, right? When Class Act first came out, it kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And not everybody was like saying, "Oh, this is House Party 3."
Yeah.
This House
Party 3. Yep.
And I was just like, "Nah, no, it's not." But yo, the move. Hello.
We still hear you.
Your camera just says your name. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Your camera said, "Fuck this nigga."
Yeah. It did that though. It did say that. But yeah, it was just like, so dope. I remember when it came out. And I remember everybody was like, this is House Party 3, this and that. I was like, no, it's not. It has nothing to do with House Party. And I was like, this is something different. Why would it come out then? And I'm like, I don't know. But yeah, that shit was classic. That shit was a fucking classic. And another thing too, right?
What does that have to do with what we're talking about?
It has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Okay.
Another side note. All right. Remember the part on Lean on Me when Joe Clark, Morgan Freeman, rounds up all the bad kids on the stage, and then he goes, "You guys are now expurgated."
Yes. I
was like, as a kid, when I first heard that, I was like, what the fuck does that mean? What does expurgated mean, right? And then in my head, I'm like, yo, these are the kids that don't go to school, that skip school and everything like that. And the whole school is performing under when it comes to like English literature and shit like that. Yep. So how the fuck these kids know what the fuck expurgated means? You know what I'm saying? I was like, why would you say that? Like I just found that very, very fucking weird. When he was like, yo, you guys
that's a pothole.
You know what I'm saying? I was just like,
maybe back in the day, that's what they said instead of expelled.
I'm like, but he should have said expelled. And I remember the scary dude who beat up Ice Strait, he was like, me? And I was like, what does that mean? Like what does expurgated mean? And
wait. I think they used context clues because I was 7 years old when I saw that movie and I knew what he meant. I didn't know that word.
But that's what I'm saying.
So maybe they used context clues.
But he's saying he was angry because he's like, these people are already dumb. They don't know this word.
That's what I'm saying. And
they were on the stage like, okay, what's up? When do we get expedited? Give me my expedite. They thought it was a stimmy. Let me get two expedites.
Can my expedite have chrome wheels?
Yeah, because they were performing. They had the lowest test scores in the state when it came to like English class and literature and shit like that. And their whole purpose was to bring them up out of that. And then these kids didn't go to school. They were selling drugs. They were doing all kinds of crazy shit and everything like that. So how the fuck they know what expurgated means?
I'm saying maybe they use context clues just like I did.
Hey, I'm just saying. I'm like for something like, okay, I know it meant, all right, you know what I'm saying? Y'all niggas is going, but does it mean like, I'm saying like, does it mean a couple days? Let's say, does it mean like just for today? You know what I'm saying? I was just like, hey.
Also, is that a real word? I've never heard that word before that or after it.
Oh, let me see.
I believe it's a real word.
I believe it is a real word. Let me see.
Expurgated, a real word.
Was it expurgated or ex?
Hey Siri, what does expurgated mean?
Yeah, it means having had objectionable or unsustainable matter removed.
Objectionable or unsuitable from a book or account.
Yeah, expurgated. Yeah, it means having had objectionable or unsustainable matter removed.
Sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I was just like, okay. Same, right? So whatchamacallit? So what else we on to? So I had like a whole bunch of side shit that I just wanted to get out the way.
I think I have one more. What was the other one I had?
You have one more.
I don't know what it was. What was it?
Wendy Williams fucked Method Man. How about, okay, so the Wendy Williams movie aired last night, and did you guys watch it? Anyone watch it yet?
No, when any biopic comes on Lifetime, I just know it's gonna be fucking comedy and it's gonna be so fucking wrong. Casting wise, it's gonna be so fucking wrong. So
did you watch the TLC one? Which channel?
I did. That one was good. I don't think that was on Lifetime though.
I think that was VH1.
Yeah, I think so. That one was good.
I watched none of these movies.
So there was a lot of I didn't watch the Wendy Williams movie. It came on last night. I know your only question was about Method Man, but I seen a lot of tweets about a lot of shit that she supposedly did that, like, within the first 45 seconds, she was pregnant by, I think, Eric B. She was pregnant by Eric B. She had a miscarriage. A whole bunch of stuff happened in that movie. But yeah, supposedly Wendy Williams fucked Method Man.
So the reason why I put it on there on the list, because I just think it's interesting the relationship that her and Method Man have. Like maybe 10, 15 years ago even, Method Man was famous for cursing her out in an interview when someone asked him about his wife who was sick.
No, she outed his wife.
I'm getting there. In the interview, the dude asked Method Man, your wife was sick, is she doing better? And Method Man kind of gets upset and he says, I thank Wendy Williams for leaking that shit out there. He was like, I like to keep that shit private. My wife didn't want people to know about that. Some of her family don't even know, blah, 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 blah. And then Method Man said some shit like that. So then Wendy Williams went and said some shit about Method Man at that time. And then Method Man had his own camera guy and he went and put a video and he was like, I could tell the world about the little dirty Staten Island niggas you be fucking. And like, he was like just going in on her. So I just think it's interesting that now she's coming out saying that she fucked Method Man. And it just seems like two people who used to fuck that don't like each other no more. That's the way it seems.
And you think about it, probably he was fucking her, and probably that's how she found out about it. And it was between them two. And she outed that shit out. Yeah. When he probably told her, he's probably pillow talking or some whatever. First of all, why you even fucking Wendy Williams in the first place? Second of all, and it's just like,
but hold on, young Wendy Williams is not looking Wendy Williams.
I thought she was that bitch back then, though.
Yeah, like back in the day, Wendy Williams was fuckable. But 50-year-old emaciated, drugged out Wendy Williams is a different person.
And
Like she looks like a whole like ant. Like how can you fix that? Like I mean,
yeah, she like
I can't see that looking years ago.
She looked like one of the wearing from Men in Black. That's what she looked like.
Yeah.
And she did admit she was on coke, just like we knew. She said she was on eight. She was an 8-ball girl. 8 ball a day. I'm like, God damn. Sniffing coke like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 8 ball of coke.
I'm familiar with coke.
I was like, God damn. Remember what we was talking about when she with the Statue of Liberty and she passed out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember like me and you made fun of her. I'm saying me and you made fun of her when we used to do our live back and everything. I was like, nigga, she was on coke. Too much coke. You know what I'm saying? She was over here like I'm about to make fun of her. But
Yo, she looked shocked. Like goddamn, I didn't know this shit could do this to me.
Or she just realized she didn't have him saying she was down to her last. She was down to her last whatever. She was like, no more coke. You know what I'm saying? So,
my high is coming down.
yo, man. But yeah, man. But shit, Wendy Williams, man. Yeah, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch that bio at all.
I didn't either. But I definitely seen a lot of tweets like she slept with. I believe it was Eric B that she was pregnant by and had a miscarriage, and then someone else in Wu-Tang she was pregnant by. She was knocking them down.
Damn.
Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. Except for
That's,
Wendy Williams.
Yo, so hold on. I'm not gonna judge her for fucking rappers because if a young girl surrounded by a bunch of rappers, she gonna fuck rappers. That's it.
damn. I'm saying she's using it. She getting access and all that. Pillow talking, all that. So of course she's getting her information. I'm like, yo, whatever. Huh?
Do you think she tried to fuck 50? That's why they hate each other.
Probably did. Or it's like Wendy Williams shows you that because understand the woman she slept. I'm saying the woman since she slept with, more pillow talking was going on. So she has secrets and information about a lot of motherfuckers, about a lot of people. That's where a lot of information comes. Especially when
but at the same time, she's not dumb because she knows that a lot of that pillow talk shit gets brushed away.
to a point.
To a point. Yeah. But, I mean, some of it is too big to ignore. You know what I'm saying? Some of the pillow talk is too big to ignore. But for the most part, if niggas don't listen, you know what I'm saying? Niggas don't really pay attention when a quote unquote hoe starts letting out the secret she heard after getting dick down. For the most part, people don't pay attention to that.
Shit. Nigga.
Everyone's career. That's what ruins everyone's career. That's why they have to sign NDAs.
Yeah. No. So the NDA is for letting it out that the fucking happened. I'm talking about the secrets that they let out while the fucking happens.
Yeah, like, the NDA is for all of that. What you see when you walk through this door, you gotta sign an NDA before you even walk through Beyonce's studio. Whatever you see, you can't take no pictures of it, you can't say nothing about. So it's the same thing. Like, so that always fucks people over. People always pillow talk and get caught up and ruin their career by that.
Yo, that's the worst. It's just like, and it's like I never understood. It's like, all right, if you heard information, why would you even want to put that out? Why would you want to go public with certain shit like that? Like, yo, like you going public this, you know, motherfuckers will never mess with you again. You will never be able to come through these doors or be looked at the same again. So it's like, why would you even?
Her star is falling, and this lifts it up a little.
No,
yeah,
man.
From what it seems like, she said a lot of stuff she didn't have to say in this movie.
Yeah, that's Wendy Williams. Speaking of stars that are falling, So I was listening to I caught a highlight of Uncle Shay Sharp's show, and he had Chris Tucker on there, and he asked Chris Tucker would he ever come back and do Friday, because that writing, that Ice Cube's writing the movie and he's gonna go forward with it. And Chris Tucker said that he's outgrown the character Smokey, and he feels that he would do a disservice to it, and it would be kind of like a money grab. And a disservice to his fans.
He can't do it no more.
And it'll be a disservice to his fans if he goes back and tries to do that. But then again, I'm like, okay, you say that, but you ready to do Rush Hour 8. And I'm like, nigga, if that ain't a fucking money grab, I'm like, I don't know what that is. And if that ain't a disservice, I don't know what is. And I'm like, the thing is, it's like, yo, like, he's smart enough to make that character Smokey evolve. Like there's certain guidelines that you could follow that keeps it Smokey, but we all know that, all right, Smokey was 23 at the time, and now you a 50-year-old dude. Of course he ain't gonna be on the same shit. Of course we don't expect you to be sitting on the stoop, running from Big Worm and smoking weed and everything. Of course not. But it's just like there's ways to evolve that character.
I don't know if there is ways to evolve that character.
It definitely is.
I agree with DeMario. Like DeMario said, I don't think he can. And I think that there's two different audiences when he does Rush Hour 18 or 8, whatever, or when he does the next Friday, the last Friday, the final Friday, and he comes back. Like, he could probably spin it and come back as an OG if it is the final Friday or something. He just come back through the party and just say what's up or something just to show up as Smokey. But Smokey's Smokey. And if Smokey's in a movie, we're going to expect Smokey. We ain't expecting Smokey to come back clean and went to rehab. And like, unless Smokey got some kids now, and he like, Smokey can't come back as Mason. We don't want to see that in a Friday. If you can keep it moving, but you can keep it moving with DC Young Fly and other young characters that give you that same type of comic relief.
No, you can't.
What?
Because it's not the same.
There's no point. There's no point.
It's not exact same, but that's like when people play Richard Pryor. Like, it's not exactly Richard Pryor, but it's still giving me that comedic relief I need, and that person's still a talented person in their own way. They ain't trying to be him. You know what I'm saying? But it'll fit perfectly into that script.
Look at the Cobra Kai series. Right? Yeah, Johnny Lawrence, right? Johnny Lawrence, we all know Johnny Lawrence was the asshole, he was the bully and everything like that, right? But now, older Johnny, he still kind of is the asshole, but he's no longer the bully, and he still evolved. He's not that same person, but he is that same person. We know that's Johnny Lawrence, but he's still not the old of Johnny Lawrence. There's still some things that's behind him and that we know, but it's a new evolved character. And it's a character that we still resonate with, but now you have new people that, oh, okay, I didn't know Johnny was like this and everything like that, but I like this new person. I like this new version of whatever it is that we're getting of him. Same thing like Daniel LaRusso. Same thing. Mm-hmm. He was quirky. He was a quirky, kind of annoying and everything like that. He still is, but he's an evolved version of it. Smokey could do the same shit. There's still points he could be Smokey, but he still could be an evolved. He still could be an evolved version of it. He could be a dad. He could be a dad.
Everything you just said is total fucking bullshit. And I'm gonna tell you why. The reason why Johnny Lawrence can evolve and change it to a different character, because the nature of the Karate Kid movie flipped. They flipped what it was. The original Karate Kid movie there was no comedy. It was a story of a uplifting, motivational story. The series, when they brought it back, was brought back as like a tongue-in-cheek sort of, it was sort of like a joke. Mm-hmm. So when you do that, you can change characters. They can change who they are. They can become something different. It's easier to do it that way. It can happen the other way too, but it's easier to do it that way. Now, that's one thing. The other thing is Smokey, the character, has to be Smokey, or else there's no reason to have Smokey there. he has to be Smokey. Like, or then what do we need him there? What do we need Chris Tucker to come in there and be Chris Tucker? What's the point of that? That serves no purpose. If you're gonna have Smokey, have Smokey. If you're not gonna have Smokey, don't have Smokey. And I don't think Chris Tucker has it in him to physically get there anymore, or even mentally get there anymore. So I think it's smart that he's gonna walk away. Like, because the only way I can see it working, is if Ice Cube or Craig or whatever goes to visit Smokey real quick, a quick cameo, and something silly is happening at that moment in time. But if you're talking about Smokey coming back and he's a pastor or he's a father with kids,
like what? And I was going to ask you, what was Smokey in the first Friday, and how can you see him evolving realistically?
The only way Smokey can evolve is if the only thing that Smokey character could evolve into is either strung out, like heavy strung out on drugs, or a dude who's working in the factory and got a bunch of kids, and it's just kind of the nigga at the party that ain't really live. He's just like, hey y'all, like.
Now he can still be a pothead, and like he could be a mechanic.
He could what's up with fact? He could be a nigga that runs with the phone saying he owns a fucking dispensary and everything like that. He went small time. He owns a fucking dispensary, and how he runs this fucking dispensary, he's still the old Smokey, but at the same time, he's still a mature part of Smokey. He still could do those elements and everything like that, smoking and everything like that. But he's still, but he's still professional about it. He could run a dispensary. Dispensaries are a big thing.
I like that. However, like Demario said, I don't think he's funny in that way anymore. I think he's white people funny and he ain't black people funny. So I don't think he wants to fuck up his character because Smokey was so credible. Like he don't want to come back and try that. But I do like that dispensary idea. I do like that.
I agree with her. I like the dispensary thing. I think that he could come back in that manner, but it would have to be a cameo. He can't be Smokey for 120 minutes.
No, he can't be.
It would have to be real quick. Craig goes to a dispensary. He's like, yo, I'm gonna go see my man Smokey.
To get some weed, and Smokey's running it. There we go.
That's it.
It could be that. I'm saying, you can say, it could be that. It could be that. I think personally, he can get a good 20 minutes of screen time. Not in one scene, not in one sitting, but chopping up.
Think about what Smokey did in that movie. It was all physical comedy and shit. Chris Tucker can't do that shit right now.
Right, but that's why it's all in the writing. I'm saying that's why it's all in the writing.
And that's the thing. Chris Tucker, Smokey wasn't in the writing before.
Right.
Smokey was like, hey, Chris Tucker, do something silly.
Right.
So now you're saying it's in the writing. You can't write Smokey. Smokey's done.
Nah, he definitely could do it. It all depends.
He's gonna be Smoked Dog when he come back. Wait, is that already taken? I said he's gonna be Smoked Dog when he come back. He ain't gonna be Smokey. He's gonna be the OG, so he got to be Smoked Dog.
I don't know about Smoked Dog.
He OG status.
Smokey's done, man. Let him go.
Smokey's done. Smokey's done.
Smokey's done.
It could work. Do cameo or something like that. I think it could work.
Yo, I heard my friend try to do a Spanish accent.
Huh?
A friend of mine was at a Dominican restaurant picking up some food, and she was getting ready to leave, and she asked for her receipt. So she was like, "Can I get my receipt?" And the lady's like, "Huh?" And she's like, "My receipt." She's like, "Huh?" And she's like, "My receipts." She kept saying a little bit more. I was like, "Is that supposed to be Spanish?" Like, the receipt? Like, that's not how you say it.
My receipt?
My receipt. I was like, that's not gonna help her understand you.
Yeah.
Funny. All right. Yeah, no more Smokey, man. R.I.P.
I don't want to see no more Rush Hours either. I don't want to see no more Agent Carters either.
Agent Carter.
I don't.
But Agent Carter, you can do again. There's not a lot to that.
Done. Rush Hour. What was it? What was the last one? Rush Hour 4? Was it Rush Hour 4?
I don't know. I haven't even seen 3. I have seen 3. I have seen 3.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I don't think anybody's seen that one.
The final rush hour.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I saw that in the movie theater and I was like, what is this? Like, what is this? It's like now it's just like, yo, we're just playing off of, you're just trying to catch that lightning again. That's it. You're trying to catch those moments and it's like, it's not working. And now they talk about Rush Hour 4 and I'm like, come on now.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's an audience that he's going after, so.
Nah, it's time for something new. That's all it is. It's time for something new. That's it. Get up on something else.
And that new thing ain't smoky.
I'm saying you can run a dispensary. That's it. That's what I'm saying. You can run that, and I guarantee you run that dispensary. He does it good. Next thing you know, they talking spin-off shit. I'm trying to tell you.
You're out of control.
I'm trying to tell you, man.
You're out of control.
There was a man in malaria that died and passed away.
Malaria is a place?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I didn't know that either.
Okay. So he died and he passed away from what the doctor wrote down as extreme orgasm. He died while he was ejaculating, and because of the orgasm was so intense, he died. So it was not a heart attack, which I thought you would classify something like that maybe as a heart attack. No, he died from an extreme orgasm. So my question is, I thought I wanted to die in my sleep, but I think that might be the next best way to go. What you guys think?
Yeah. How old was How old was this man? Did it say the age?
Damn, I didn't write it down. When I seen it, I was like, "Oh, this has to come. This has to go on the show."
That's some scary shit.
But I don't think I'm gonna be honest. I don't think he was over maybe 50. It wasn't an old age. I felt like it was in the 30s. But again, it was also another country.
Was he in the was he having sex? Was he masturbating?
He was having sex with his woman. Yep. And he died. She had to call the ambulance. He died.
Yo, I believe it because I remember the first time I ejaculated, I didn't know what the hell was going on. And I was caving up, I was lifting myself up because I didn't know what was going on. All I know was I wanted to stop. I wanted it to stop, but I didn't want it to stop. The feeling was just so intense. I was just like, what's happening to me? Oh shit.
But did you die?
No, I didn't. And I've been trying to chase that sensation ever since, and it's never the same. Never the same. But yeah, man. I mean, I don't even want to say that's how I want to go, because I don't even want to speak that into existence. But, goddamn.
There are worse ways to go. I'll say it like that.
Yes, there is.
Yeah, there are worse ways to go. So if you gotta close your eyes and yeah, maybe that's the one to pick. The funny thing is, sometimes I hate going into this, but sometimes you have you come or orgasm, whatever, and the feeling is so intense you almost don't like it. It's so intense you almost want it to stop. Okay, this is a little too much. And I couldn't imagine that to the 10th degree what this gentleman had. And then you just fucking die. I don't know. Maybe that doesn't sound so fun.
That's what I'm saying. I could imagine your body going into shock and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just could you imagine a woman talking about, yo, my pussy be killing niggas. My pussy kills niggas for real. You know what I'm saying? It's just yo, what's this pussy hell of a
funerals awakes.
This
pussy talks obituaries, funerals awakes because I'm killing niggas.
That chick's pussy's a roach motel. Niggas go out, niggas go in, they don't come back out.
Yo, yo, can you handle this? Are you hearing it? Cause you know what to say my pussy. You know what to say my pussy. My pussy kills niggas.
Now, okay. So that brings me to my next topic. Should you, if your pussy does kill niggas, should you tell them?
Yes, you should have there should be a warning.
Yes.
Like before ridiculousness. Warning.
This isn't Jumanji. You can't touch me.
Does not endorse this pussy.
Yes. Because let it be my choice. Let it be my choice if I want to die or not. You know what I'm saying? Let it be my choice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If that killer pussy, you should tell them. So then in the next sense, if you have been in a previous same-sex relationship, should you tell your now current partner who may not be same-sex?
What?
No.
So as a man, if you sucked a dick before, should you have told your wife that before you even got with her?
Wow.
You sucked dick before?
You just pointed out a huge double standard that I have in my head. Because when you first said it, I was thinking a woman. I was like, no, she don't got to tell. But then when you said a man, I was like, oh, wait a minute. But no.
What the fuck? No.
You gotta tell. You don't owe nobody shit. That's between you and the Lord and that man.
I don't know because say you guys get into your relationship, whatever, and then she finds that information out, and then she gets pissed off and wants to leave you and everything like that, and you just said, hey, it was only one time, but you didn't give her a choice to make that decision, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I really don't know.
Nah, man, look, any past relationship, unless it has something to do with health for that person, you don't owe them shit.
Well, first of all, Demario, that's a huge health concern. If I meet a man who used to date men who don't tell me that he used to date men.
How's that a huge health concern?
Because who knows if he was practicing safe sex? Who knows if he has AIDS? Who knows?
What does that have to do with it? Because it's gay, now we're worried about AIDS?
No.
1995?
No, it's a higher risk, sweetheart.
What is?
Because you're not telling me, so then you're on the down low about it. So you're not practicing safe sex. Whatever it is that you're doing, you're not even being safe yourself. Like my sexual activity is safe. I'm gonna make sure I'm safe, make sure my hygiene is good and all this other stuff. I'm not sneaking around. I'm not a man sneaking around having sex with other men. So if you're not open enough, like if that is what you choose to do, I think you should be open about it because then you're safe about it. But if you feel like, well, I'm not going to tell you because that's just my past, and what does that have to do with you? I'm not going to trust that you are safe as what you need to be going through that because you could be on the down low.
So hold on, you're making a lot of assumptions there. To assume that he's on the down low is an assumption. And then to assume
why? Because you're not open about it.
Hold on.
You're not open about it, so I'm not assuming you are.
All right, I'll let you finish. Let me finish. And to assume that he's on the down low because he didn't tell you, that's a huge assumption.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'll come back to it. To assume that because he was on the down low, if he was, that he's not being safe, those are wild fucking accusations that come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
If me and you get into a relationship and I don't tell you about a girl I went out with that was crazy, what, I'm keeping secrets from you? No. But if I don't tell you about a dude who I went out with who was crazy, I'm keeping secrets from you now? That sounds like some homophobia.
No, I get what
it's a standard in with my generation of relationships now, and Kylie's children in Brooklyn and our nieces and nephews generation, it might not need to be as exposed because they're in a different world than we are. But in your 40-year-old world and year-old world, then there's a standard. And if you were in a bisexual relationship, if you are open to all sexualities, be comfortable being that way. And your comfortability, it's just like when big girls are big, like be comfortable. Be comfortable being open to our relationships, but there's no reason to hide it. Why are you hiding it?
Because I'm not hiding it, because I just said a second ago, if I'm this guy, any of my past relationships is none of your business.
Hold up.
That's what I just said. Any of it is none of your business. Unless it has something to do with it could affect your health. Yeah. Other than that, it has nothing to do with you.
Exactly. Okay. Like, he did say that. Unless it has something to do with your health, or if they continue to do them saying if they continue to practice that behavior, like if their person don't got like
that behavior, if they're in a relationship with you.
Right.
Hold on, time out. You two keep making it about the gay part. The gay part has nothing to do with it.
I'm not talking about
if you are with someone and they did some gay shit in the past, you're like, well, you better not do that gay shit while you're dating me. Nigga, they better not do no sex shit while they're dating you. It's nothing to do with the gay shit.
But if I'm entering a relationship with a man, I'm expecting for this man that I'm entering the relationship with to be heterosexual into other women. I'm not thinking that he's dated a man before because he is
Why does that matter to you?
Because this is what I just said. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I want to know that the man has slept with other men before. Just like I said, Kylie.
Why? I'm asking.
Because I wouldn't want to be with a man who slept with other men. That's why. I want to be with a man who likes women and pussy and only pussy. That's just my preference.
Right.
Other people have open mindsets.
That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's perfectly fine for you to feel that way. Yeah. But don't dress it up as other shit like you were doing earlier.
What am I dressing it up as?
Earlier, you were saying stuff about, he's putting me at risk and he's on the down low and he's this and that.
That's how I personally would feel, and this is my personal thing to it. But if I'm thinking of the situation I'm talking about is like, I think there was some rapper guy in Miami or whatever. He just did an OnlyFans and sucked some dude off. And then all these dudes was like, yo, I didn't know you like that. And he used to date Trina. And he's like, well, this is just what I like. And my exes know, so that's whatever. So I'm like, as long as his exes know, whoever he dealt with, the women he got into relationships with, he let them know like, hey, I suck dick from time to time. And they were okay with that. Then that is great. But I do think you should be open about sexual experiences that are not, or you want to make sure your partner is open to you being open to sexual experiences. I think that's a fair exchange. I don't think we're going into anything being honest or open if you're not open about that. If you're like, my past is my past, well, I don't need to be going into anything with you. So you're going to be swipe left or whatever, swipe right, whatever Tinder is. I'm not going to look for you anymore. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's...
So my question was, if you're entering a relationship with someone,
that's low key homophobic, bro. I understand the feeling.
I'm choosing not to fuck with you because you like to suck dick. That doesn't mean Cindy, Shantae, Keisha.
It's homophobia. The sentence
I wouldn't call it.
It's not homophobic. What the fuck?
I don't want to fuck with you because you suck dick.
Because I want my man to want
a t-shirt for homophobia.
No,
I wouldn't call it homophobia. It's just basically she's just talking about a certain example on what she feels should be trust. Just like if a guy got into a relationship with a girl and he found out she used to be a prostitute back in the day, I think that person would want to know that information. That if she was a streetwalker.
So being gay is likened to being a prostitute.
No.
That's what
Are you serious?
You just completely go. Listen to this, Samaya. Maybe this will help you better understand, right? I think the whole point of it is it's not something that's expected. So when you look at me, are you expecting me to worship the devil?
No. No.
But so if I get into a relationship with you, should I tell you I worship the devil so you can make a decision?
So being gay is like
yes or no? Just yes or no? Yes or
no? What are you talking about?
So being gay is now being compared to worshiping the devil.
No, you're not.
I don't think you guys understand comparisons. I don't think
I'm not comparing.
If you say the sentence, if you fucked a man, you should tell me. And then I say no. And then you go, well, if I worship the devil, wouldn't you want me to tell you? That is comparing being gay to worshiping the devil.
No, it's not. Because what she's
done, you guys win. That's
no, it's not. No, it's not.
The argument is so not done.
You guys won. You're right.
Listen. No, because if you listen to what she's saying, she's just making that an example. She's not comparing the two. She's making that as an example. That's all she's saying.
Oh,
She's talking
all right.
about one instance, and then I'm talking about a different instance. No way in hell are we comparing the two.
Right.
You're doing, oh, well, comparing this is comparing. Nigga, it got nothing to do with that. What are you talking about? Certain instances. I said, basically talking about a person's past. It doesn't matter if they slept with women. It don't matter if they worship the devil. It's just a certain instance we're talking about. No way are we comparing any of those things.
Right.
You're doing that. That's what you're doing.
Right.
So it's just like, so what are you talking about?
You're right. You're right.
No. Okay.
No, you're right.
I know you might not agree with us, DeMario, and you feel that we're comparing or we're homophobic. For me, again, I just would like to make a logical choice on the person to be in a relationship with. I would like to know as much as I can to know about you to then make the decision on if I choose to be in a relationship with you. So I would like to get to know you on every level. My preference on what I like and some things that I don't like does not make me homophobic because I don't want a man that sucks dick. I'm sorry. That's just my preference. I'm pretty sure, there's people out here that don't want women that eat pussy because they just want their women to only suck their dick. I don't know. That's just their preference. Hey, people have preferences. That does not make them homophobic. Am I not going to be around the person? Do I not want to share a drink with the person? Do I not want to, hug the person because they're gay? No. Like, I'm not ostracizing them. I just would not be in a relationship with you because I don't feel comfortable with that. The same way people who don't feel comfortable with devil worshippers. That's it.
The same way.
Yeah.
You're not cool with that gay thing the same way people ain't cool with devil worshippers. That's not comparing those things, though. Right. You guys are right.
Well, no, the only one that's comparing it is you. If she's talking about past experiences, it's not talking about comparing the past experience. She's not saying this is like this. In no way, shape, or form did she say, well, this is like me saying this is like this. She's talking about
those words. She said this is like.
Because you're making a choice on your preference. You make choices with your women, right? What are some do's and don'ts for you for your women?
I'm not judging you for how you feel. I'm not saying you're a bad person. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying any of that. What I'm simply saying is saying that you would have a problem with a man being bisexual, saying that you would have a problem with that is sort of homophobic. It is.
No, I don't have a problem with a man being bisexual.
If he's trying to date you.
No, I don't have a problem with a man being bisexual trying to date me. They've tried. I'm not dating a bisexual man because I prefer my man to be straight. Period. I don't have no problem with no gay men, with no bisexual men.
That's sort of homophobic, bro.
No, it's not.
It is.
The same way you want your girlfriend a tad bit ugly so not everybody look at her. Are you insecure? Like you couldn't hold a bomb ass bitch down because of who you are? No, that's your preference. Or maybe I don't know, but I'm not homophobic on my preference of one day or one point in time a straight man was normal, but now since everyone can choose whatever they would like to be, wanting a straight man is okay. It's looked at homophobic. This was a whole conversation in the group text. I never on a podcast, but this is real. Like if you want a straight man, people look at you like you're homophobic, and you literally just did that.
D, could you go with a woman? Could you go with a woman that used to be a man, that was born a man?
No,
but
no.
Why?
Because that's a little too close to being a man That's a little too close to being with a man.
So
well, then you're homophobic. Then.
Sure.
That's kind
if you will listen again. I never judged. I never said it was wrong. I just pointed out what it is. And yes, that is slightly homophobic on my part. Absolutely it is. That's how I feel. That's my preference. Sure. It's still sort of homophobic.
No, I really can't say it.
You're homophobic. You're homophobic because you said it's too close to wherever you said. You didn't say because you want your woman to be born with a pussy, or you didn't say because you want your woman to be able to bear kids. You didn't say that. You're just too close to whatever. So you were homophobic. I said I would like a straight man because that's just my preference. I don't give a fuck about what you like.
Again, Again, no, people don't listen when I talk. I never said, Kishana, you are homophobic. I said that what you said was sort of homophobic, is what I said exactly. I never said you were homophobic.
Yeah, you did, but none of it needed to be said because
I didn't. Play the tape back. I never said it once.
But I can't even.
What I'm saying is it didn't need to be said because it wasn't on a homophobic line. Like you extended an argument that didn't need to be had because it really wasn't homophobic.
I can't really say that's just based off a person's preference. I'm saying that's what comes out to preference. If you was born this way, if you was biologically born a man and now that you're a woman, regardless if you look good or not, and then you tell me that before that, nah, it's just like I can't say that. I can't say that. That's what I'm called. I mean, just like for instance, if a woman got fake boobs, I'm saying fake ass, whatever, and she tells you that, maybe that dude's all about natural. I'm saying likes natural body parts. Like, nah, I can't do that. That doesn't make him fucking have a phobia of this or whatever like that. It's just based on a person's preference. Now, it has nothing to do with that. It's just based off a person's preference. That's it. Preference. I'm saying preference is one thing. Having a phobia or something is something totally different. It's two different things.
Should they tell you? So if you found a transgender, but she looks like a woman, and you met up with her for your first date, and you see that she's a transgender, or maybe you don't even notice that she's a transgender. It's the first date. Y'all have a good date. You're texting the next week. Should she tell you she used to be a man? Or should she let you fall in love? She got a pussy at this point. You can fuck her at this point. Never know unless you look at baby pictures or you find something. Because some of these women look like women. I'm just going to say that. Some of these women don't look too good of women, but some of them look amazing. And some of them it's hard to tell. And some of them have had all of the surgeries and no longer have a penis and never want you to know that they used to be Marcus. So does she...
What?
Should she tell you?
Yes.
Should she tell you she used to be?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I just don't want that.
Why?
My power of choice away. That's what it is. Regardless.
Exactly. So that's the same way I feel when it comes to a man who's a dick or a man who is bisexual or a man who time from time, I might date women, I might date men. I think you should be open because then you give that person a chance to choose if they want to assist you in that lifestyle. So if you were open to dating transgenders, because there's a lot of men who are, then they would be like,
I've already conceded to this argument 20 minutes ago. You guys are right.
We're done. Next topic.
I've already conceded.
That was transgender. Well, that wasn't even about transgender. Sorry. That was just about exposing your past. So you should expose your past.
So you should expose your past?
Yeah.
But I thought you should only expose it if it was some gay shit.
Nah, I think you should expose it. I think there's different levels to it. Is that fair?
I don't know. It's your preference. You tell me.
No, I'm asking. That's a topic of discussion. So are there different levels?
Again, I'll say it one more time. I'm not saying anybody's good or bad or right or wrong. I've never said that once. It is your.
I'm not saying that. I'm asking you guys. Are there different levels to exposing your past? You guys have been in relationships. Yeah. When is exposing too much? Like,
so I feel like I only need to know if it's a health concern. Anything else I don't need to know. And frankly, don't want to know. I mean, unless you used to be a guy. I feel like you have to tell that.
Why?
Or if she got a body count of over 200 or something like that. Or
you said the health concern piece.
Well,
that's not a health concern.
It wouldn't be a health concern.
Having a high body count is a health concern.
Well, unless unless she's clean or something. I'm saying, like, if she has no AIDS or anything like that, no Hep or anything like that. I mean, like, no herpes and nothing like that. But just
so if she's clean and she has a high body count, I don't care. I don't need to know that.
I still want to have that power of choice. Or if she used to be a stripper back in the day or something like that. I don't need to know that. Because I don't want no surprises. I don't want to be like, yo, everything's cool and everything like that. Yo,
you want to know. There's different levels to when you know. You might not want to know off her profile on Tinder that she used to be a stripper, But if you about to propose to this woman, you want to know she used to be a stripper before you end up like, what movie was that? I'm drawing a blank. What movie was it? When they got married, they found out she was a stripper. One of the girlfriends was a stripper, and all this other stuff was going on. One of those black, the what? No, brothers.
Oh, you're talking about Best Man?
Best Man, yeah, whatever. When you start finding shit about
doing,
your
she's
wife
doing
before him.
party.
That's what I'm saying.
She's
like those are the things. Yeah, those are the. So there's different levels. I think you want to know DeMario. So when, like, what is the by first date? I should know that you used to be a boy, or no? Like, should I know that about you? Should I know if you have kids?
The only thing I think, like I said, if she was a stripper before, I don't know. I really, at this point in my life, maybe when I was younger, that would have mattered. That would have been something like, oh, I don't want niggas looking at my girl. Like this, but I don't give a fuck. I really don't give a fuck. Like,
she has income.
But even with that,
I don't give a fuck.
I don't want, I'm saying, but the thing is, I don't want to be somewhere and they be like, oh yeah, that girl, oh, I'm saying, yo, the way she performed, yo, what she could do with a Coke bottle and her private dances, you one lucky dude. I don't want that. Yeah, nah, man.
No, I'm trying to play the scenario out in my head and I don't think I care.
Yeah. You're the same person who used to tell me, not my woman, not mine.
Yeah.
So I know you a kid.
Yeah, but she wasn't mine.
But this is what we're talking about.
Not mine.
Yours.
When she's mine ain't gonna be doing that shit. But before me, got nothing to do with me.
Okay. So nothing before.
What if you found out?
You, nothing.
She was an ex-porn star and did the 500 whatever. You know what I'm talking about. What's those things called?
So you hit on something that is kind of good because I feel like that does two things. One, that brings the health piece back into it, right? It does. It brings the health piece back into it. That's a health concern. And then because the porn industry is not as safe as people think it is.
Right.
And then also there's what I would call the celebrity clause. Like if you're famous for something, I feel like you should tell me that. Anything it is. If you're famous because you got kidnapped as a child, I feel like you should tell me that. If you're
Time out. What? What do you mean? You got kidnapped as a child?
If you're famous, I don't know. If you're
I'm famous for winning a back that ass up contest, and I be letting niggas know.
I'm talking about if you're famous. I feel like if you're a celebrity in some manner, I feel like that's something you should share early.
No.
It all depends on what that famous was for. What that fame was for me.
Because then that looks like clout chasing.
Maybe.
Then that looks like clout chasing. She comes to the table, sits down, like, I know Diddy. I used to suck his dick. Like, okay. You want to know that?
Listen, if you were a porn star and you did a 500-man gangbang, I feel like that's something you should tell somebody if you're dating them or going to be dating. Just because that's like a fame thing. That's like that can enter our lives.
Only if she's a porn star.
I don't know. It's very tough, but I don't care. I don't care if she got a pass or slept with dudes or whatever and everything like that. Like I could handle most of that, but certain things, yeah. Certain things.
Someone famous, would you want to know?
I wouldn't care.
Okay.
I wouldn't care. Like, cause I remember back in the day. Speaking of sleeping with someone famous, I remember back in the day, clout chasing for women was, oh, you know, Bobby Brown tried to fuck me, right? That was clout
Bobby
chasing.
Brown tried to fuck everybody. That's Uncle Bobby.
I'm okay. I'm not only am I okay if she fucked the famous person, I'm excited. You were talking about all the whole shit. Like, I don't know. I just kind of assume that everybody, man and woman, has been around the block and back.
Yeah.
So,
but some just stayed on the block a little bit too long. But just don't. Just when it comes to certain things, just don't take away my power of choice. That's all. That's all about it.
I think the reason why I want to bring it up, because I do think it's really fair, and I do think it's being safe if you do let other people know. Wait, that they may not, your preference is not preference. So like you said, we all have our own preferences. So something that I'm okay with in my lifestyle, if I want to start including you in my lifestyle, I need to let you know that. I just feel like that's fair enough on certain levels. Like, when I first meet somebody, I might not be like, hey, I this and this going on with my family members, because that's too deep. You might need to know that before we get married. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might start to let you know my financial stuff as our relationship builds growing towards marriage, but you don't let everything off in the beginning. But I think it's important to talk about some of that shit and not take away their choice. I want to know that my man is a man.
So what about credit score? What about credit score? If you can say you're getting somebody, do you think that's
men?
Huh?
Gay niggas ain't men.
No, they are men.
You just said, I want to know if my man is a man.
Yeah.
That's what you just said.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah.
They're still men. I just want to know if my man's a man. I just put it that way.
Right.
Whatever. Go back to what you were saying, Kylie. I was listening to Kylie. You tried to make a point.
Yo,
listen. I get you. I stand for the alphabet soup. Okay.
Yeah, but just because we, that's the problem. Just because we have certain preferences that borderline on homophobia doesn't mean that we are standing out there with signs that say I hate fags. We all have a little bit of prejudice in us, and I'm just pointing out that you do too. I
agree that. I think that everybody does have a little bit of prejudice in them, but I think where the world turned is wanting a straight person and now looked at as homophobic, and that's just absurd to me. I can't stand on that beyond any line because in the Bible, I'm a Christian faith believer.
You know why it's homophobic? Because you have to explain to me what is wrong with a man coming after you, being with you if he was with a man. You have to tell me why.
There's nothing. The same way I don't like a man with a beard versus I like a man with a clean face. There's nothing wrong with a man with a beard. You just have facial hair. I don't want facial hair on me. I'd rather a man that does not have a beard.
So what you're saying is
my type is a man who does not suck other men's dick.
So but you don't see why that has to be explained?
No.
That's almost I think it's a stretch on certain different sexualities into the world. So in certain worlds, like, I mean, at some time, the kids are not going to be able to fathom, a black person not being in a White House, or, a black woman being a vice president, because they see that shit now. Right. We've never seen it. For us, we're like, yo, we're on board to it. So with all of the transgenders, all of the different sexualities that are being exposed to the world and to kids, there's kids growing up in same-sex households, their parents are gay. So they're seeing different things. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with opening your eyes to that. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to take on a girlfriend because mommy has a girlfriend. This is mommy's preference. You can like boys, you can like girls, you can like whoever you want. Mommy likes girls. That doesn't mean that you have to like girls. I'm not putting that onto you. So because I choose to not like men who suck dick, now I have a little bit of homophobic in me? No. Because at one point that was normal. So how did that normalcy now become non-normal? Just answer that question so then maybe I can understand the homophobic piece. Because I know I got a little bit of racism in me. I'm a racist.
I'll tell you when that became unnormal. Mm-hmm. When it became normal to be gay. Because for years, it wasn't normal to be gay. You were weird. It still is, sort of. So when it became normal to be gay, the idea that I don't want to sleep with someone who may have done gay shit is semi. See, that's why I'm kind of.
That's why you're putting it on. He may have done gay shit. I'm not saying I don't want to sleep with someone who may have done gay shit. I'm saying I do be with another man who sucked dick because I prefer my man to not have sucked dick before. Just like maybe I prefer my man to be vegan. And I don't want to date a nigga who eat meat because you eat chicken, beef, and pork. What we talked about earlier, like
But that's almost like I'm saying that's almost like you're almost saying a straight person is homophobic because they don't want. I'm saying because they don't like gay porn. So it's just like, nah, that's just not my preference, and I'm not into that. Why? I'm saying, why isn't it?
That's not a good comparison.
I'm saying, why is because on TV,
because they're not asking you to participate in it. It isn't like he's saying, look, I'm gay, and while me and you are in a relationship, I may be doing some gay shit. It's not like he's saying that.
But it's based but it's based on preference. So because for instance, like if I'm watching Fox TV or something like that, and it happens like, all right, I'm watching How to Get Away with Murder. I'm watching How to Get Away with Murder, and there's a gay couple and they're having a sex scene in it, and I change it. Oh, you're homophobic because you can say because you don't watch that. Nah, that's not my preference. I'm not into that. It's based on preference. It's not saying I hate you, motherfuckers. I'm just basically saying that that's not what I'm into, and I don't care to watch it. So I don't want to watch it because it's not me. Just like I'm not gonna be mad. Just like I'm not gonna be mad at the gay person for changing the channel on for two straight people having sex. I get it. That's not your preference. You don't want to watch that. Whatever. I'm not gonna call you any type of phobic. I'm saying any type of phobic, anything like that. I'm gonna base that off of that's just not your preference and that's not what you're into. So I can't say that's homophobic. I can't say that. It's saying it's preference and then there's some type of phobia. There's two different things. There's a fine line between them, but there's two different things. Just like there was a situation where there was a man, I'm saying there was a question, I was asking a straight man if they would go out with a woman that was born a man, and the guy said no. I'm saying so I wouldn't because but now the woman got the person that's woman parts looks just like a woman, but they used to be a man. It's like, nah, that's not my preference. I'm not into that. Like, oh, well, you're homophobic. That's not homophobia. It's basically like, yo, I'm not into that. So it's just like, how could you kind of out me out as being homophobic when that's just not my preference? I can't call it that. I'm just saying.
It is, but I don't think it is. But I think people make a big deal out of being called racist or homophobic and shit like that because we all are those things, but everyone wants to pretend like they're not. Like that is low-key homophobic.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. We all are those things, and we all do like to agree that we're not. I think I just have a little softer spot when it comes to homophobic because I don't see how you wanting a straight girl and me wanting a straight guy makes us homophobic. I can't align it. And I know you get great examples, but I still can't see it together. So
I mean, just the sentence wanting a straight something is homophobic. That sentence is homophobic.
Or even a person, or even a black person. So if a black person has never slept with a white woman or anything like that, that doesn't make that person racist. That just makes it like that's just not their preference to
So I feel you, but at the same time, if a white person says I don't want my daughter dating outside her race, niggas call that motherfucker racist.
Then you have to ask the why. Then
it's just not their preference. It's just not his preference.
Then I can't be mad at that. I can't say that's racist then.
But so hold on, pause. I'm not asking you to be mad at it. That's the thing that you guys keep doing. You keep adding a negative connotation to it.
No, it's not.
Let me finish. I'm not saying it's negative, positive. I'm not saying it's right, wrong. I've said this 3 times now. All I'm saying is that it is homophobic. That is racist.
Homophobic is having or showing a dislike of or a prejudice against homosexual people. I am not showing a dislike. I didn't say I don't like them. I don't want them. That's what I don't like. I don't want them.
I don't want them. Now let's say we're talking about hiring blacks and say
I don't want them.
Say that sentence.
I don't want them. I don't want to hire them.
Fuck you mean you don't want them? Fuck you mean who's them?
Again, it's not about being a bad person.
I'm not about that. Them, but I'm saying them on the sense of the men. I'm not saying them on the sense of the people. Because you're saying I'm homophobic towards gay men, and I'm not. I don't care. I'm gonna fight it.
If it makes no difference, right, that the guy did gay shit in the past. If it makes no difference, but it still matters to you, that's homophobic.
No, it does make a difference because my choice would. So that's why I said it does make a difference because my choice will change. Just like if I dated you for 6 months and then after 6 months you'd be like, oh, just so you know, I raped 6 little girls back in, maybe 3 years ago. The fuck?
So
my feelings change.
Let's stop.
I'm not.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. And then when I say it, you both are going to say I'm crazy. So let's just stop.
I have 2 questions, but we can pick whichever one you guys want to get into. So one is, have you ever been through a bitter breakup? And were you the bitter ex or was your ex the bitter?
Define bitter.
Just bad, bitter, not good, bad, bitter, unpleasant.
And what was the other one?
And then the other one is sex in your 20s versus sex after 30. Let's discuss.
I've had more sex in my 40s than in my 20s and 30s.
It says after 30. It doesn't say in your 30s.
Oh.
After 30. Just after 30. Because sex in your 20s, I feel like it's just.
I feel like you froze.
I didn't freeze. I was waiting for a reaction.
Oh shit! I thought you froze.
No, I was waiting.
No, it's more of a learning experience. And I'm saying your 20s, you're still learning. You're still learning to figure things out. You're still kind of immature when it comes to certain things. But once you get to your 30s, it's different. It's like, yo, nigga, I've been here before. I know how this works. I know what this part is. I know what this part does. You know what I'm saying?
Funny? When you're in your 20s, you're really dumb and naive. Like, I was in my 20s when I realized that girls liked having sex too. Like, but for real, because so much about it was them no. And then when you start seeing that they want it and that they want it as much or sometimes more than you, that shit is a revelation.
I found out in my 20s that you can have sex with somebody and not be in a relationship. Like women was okay with that. Like I'm saying, like women was okay with sleeping with somebody when you're not in your talking phase or you're not in a relationship. I was like, whoa, that was crazy to me.
The craziest thing from 20s to 30s though is in your 20s, it's like you're having a pursuit to get some sex. And then in your 30s, when sex means if me and you are attracted to each other and we're alone, it's sex time. Like it's so crazy. Like I'm talking first dates. I'm talking
in the car.
If a man and a woman, if a man and a woman have decided that we are in a sexual relationship with each other, sex happens as soon as possible, as many times as possible. It's like, really? Like, okay, sure, let's go then. Let's do this. Whereas in your 20s, it's like, yeah, I think tonight is the night. And in your 30s, it's every night is the night.
And even with that, even in your 20s, you could be selfish when it comes to sex.
Extremely.
You can be very selfish. Like,
I ain't never been selfish.
Hey, listen.
Because you probably always been grateful to get some pussy. Some niggas that always get pussy. The niggas like Kylie's always get pussy or other people's always get pussy. They're selfish. That's why it's just a whole lot of fucking. And it always just sometimes my mind is blown when like people in the like, yeah, I could fuck somebody in my 30s or I'm fucking an older woman or I'm fucking an older man. I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. And they're probably teaching you. Because I know when I was younger, fucking older people, they helped teach me. So they're probably teaching you. You don't know.
I remember
theater sport.
when I turned 30. I remember when I turned 30. That was my first time really being with an older woman. I was around 30. That's when I had my own apartment for 2 hours. And
and the girl came over. That's all I needed.
It was an older woman. And yeah, it was totally different. It's very different.
Because we be knowing. Let's go.
And I was like, okay, this ain't bad. But I feel like you know my mom.
I had some friends of mine fuck younger niggas. I know a lot of friends of mine that fuck younger niggas. And I know that the experience is very them leading him.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
I'm not saying that was your case though. I'm just saying the people that I know that dealt with younger people. Yours is probably older. You were 30, so she had to be way older.
She's about 10 years older than me at that time.
I ain't talking about 40. Wow.
I want to go back to something earlier. I wasn't appreciative of getting some punani. Okay? It's been my experience that when it comes in my teens and in my 20s, sex was too hard to get. In my late 20s and 30s, it became too easy. It never was you did the right amount of work and you got something. It was always you did too much or you did nothing.
You were the group project.
It was always you did too much and you did nothing. So it wasn't that I was appreciative. I always liked to, whatever.
To do what?
I've always rather give than receive, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Did you think giving more would help you receive more?
I really wasn't concerned with receiving. I really wasn't. Because as a man, getting a nut is pretty easy. We gonna get this nut. So getting a woman and getting hers or a couple, that's a challenge. And I like the challenge. I'm up for it. Put me in the game, coach.
And it's like,
come on, I'm sorry, I'm just not that interested in me nutting, because me nutting is something that can happen in moments, in minutes, and then party's done. Mm-hmm. That's not my motivation. My motivation is everything else.
Yeah. No, that's I feel like for just the woman part of it, having sex in your 20s again was most women in their 20s are very immature unless you fucked with older men. I don't think I've ever really fucked with older men, honestly. I think they've all been my age or younger. So, unless you fucked with older men, you're not too experienced. So in your 20s, you just deal with inexperienced shit. And then, like you said, in your 30s or older, okay, I know what this is and this is. I need you to touch here, here, and here. Thank you. And don't forget here, please. That works great. We're more communicative as you get older because you know exactly what you want. Hopefully.
And it's like, even throughout my 20s, like I'm gonna say 23, around 22, 20, like about 23. That it was like from that 23 period until I was like 29. I was with Hesa. And then after that, it's like, so before that 23 period, whatever, and then coming to that 30, and then coming to my early 30s, I realized women weren't built the same.
Oh, yeah.
It's different. Like you can't, and then, because being with this one thing, doing it like this, and then having something totally different when you're older, more mature, and you know how to have sex, but at the same time, now it's with totally different people, it's like, damn, this shit ain't really the same, or it don't really go like that. Oh, you're not supposed to move like this. Like it's different now. And so that was like a learning experience too when I got to my 30s compared to my 20s too.
And also something you learn is it seems so stupid to say out loud that women are snowflakes. You know, no one is the same. Mm-hmm. You know, because when you're in your teens and early 20s, you think this is the way you do it.
Yep.
That's how you do it. But when you get older, you realize that sometimes you do it like this. Sometimes you do this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you do this.
Honestly, the best, like as stupid as this may sound when it comes to like relationships and all this stuff, but like sex, the best way to get the most out of it is to communicate. Like when you can literally communicate, like, yeah, I like that. No, I don't like that. Whatever it is, because then they're fulfilling, they're pleasing. Like you said, it's not textbook. Like, but in our 20s, even riding a dick, you just up there like, bitch, that's not what you're doing. You know, like when you were preteen again, like what are you doing?
But then again, that goes back to what I was saying about how easy it is to deal with a man. Like that whack shit you were just doing, if you do that long enough, you will get the desired results.
Hey,
whereas women,
there's better ways and easier ways.
Women, if you go like this, but she wants it like this, you will never get
her to come.
Ever.
She will never come. She'll just be there like, nigga, can you go left? Can you please go?
But let's not act like that person was doing that, you know, doing it a certain way. You'd be like, damn, I could have saved that nut for myself. I could have did that shit by myself. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you do things like, yo, you do something, you be like, I ain't never fucking this person again, ever. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, you'll get there.
Really?
I remember the night.
Worth it. You be like, let me get that back.
I remember the night where I feel so stupid, bro. I remember I was 25 years old, and I remember the night when I realized that you don't do the same thing to every woman, and it was a bad experience. And then I had to drive her home, and we're sitting in the car, and it's like quiet, and I'm like, and yo, she legit is sitting there like this. And I'm like, damn, son, like this.
You should have been like, so you don't want me to do that again, huh?
Why? That's why. That's like my man saying, so like my man Hookers and Johns. Huh? You like that? Huh? You like that?
Don't do that. Don't do that either.
I like your hat though.
Like your hat. I'm saying, I'm just trying to get conversation.
Get to know. Read the room. You might not have to ask as many questions if you know how to read the room.
Damn, man, that was an embarrassing night. And she never let me get around two either. Like it was just, that's it.
Yeah, sometimes that's it. And then don't try to come back.
No, you always gotta let them mature and give them another shot. Always. That's a fair thing to do. You give them a couple years, let them get some more under their belt, and then give them another shot. That's fair to you and them.
Nah, I never did that.
I think that's fair.
Like years later, it's like, come on, I don't even remember that experience. No, smoke a lot. And it doesn't even mean, don't get me wrong, hold on. It doesn't even mean that you can have a lot of partners, because I'm far from that, whatever. However, you sometimes you're so far removed from that experience. Like Kylie, you said you've been with Haisa since, well, when you guys first got together, it was like 23 to 29. So if someone comes up to you from when you fucked when you were 16, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it was different.
16. Like, this is years later. Like, is that enough time and they still look the same? Is that what you're saying, Demario?
D?
Yeah, sure.
So you fucking someone when you fucked when you were 16?
I did when I was 18.
Ask that question again.
So if you had an experience with someone when you were about 18. Don't say 18 because you were 40 now. So if you had experienced someone in your either early 20s or late teens, and she now comes back, it was whack in early 20s, 18s, and she now comes back in your 40s, but she loved the experience. For you, you remember it was whack, but you guys are so far removed. You're going to give her another chance and go back again?
Absolutely, because teenage sex does not count. And that's the thing that I don't understand. Like people, we hold people's teenage shit against them when they're adults. That to me, that doesn't count at all. Anything.
Well, maybe I went too far back because I didn't really have teenage sex. So.
Well, I'm not talking about. I'm talking about all of it, like how fly they were, who they dated, how popular they were. Once you're out of your teens, none of that shit matters anymore.
Yeah.
And I feel like we still hold people to it.
I would say the cutoff date, well, the date where it starts is 21. 21 and on, that's when I'm gonna start like looking like, oh.
I'll spare you. I'll spot you a year. I would say 20, but I'll spot you a year and say 21. Sure. Because I feel like all of it, none of us are who we are in our teens. None of us are.
I'm not thinking 16, 17. I'm thinking like college.
Nah, I'm saying teens, you're not who you are yet. Even college. That's why I'll give him 21. Because even college, you're not who you, I mean, 25, you're not who you are yet. But at least at 22, you know what you don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess I could say
don't know.
There was someone, yeah, I guess. College and then gave him a chance and yeah, makes sense. Okay.
Because like, but I'm saying like some people, their high school whole record, their high school, how cool they were record, their high school, whatever, people still give them props for it or rep for it in their 20s and sometimes into their 30s. Like, nah, man, that's kid shit.
That is kid.
Yeah.
That is kid.
Yeah. Beef too.
Oh, of course. I'm like, nigga,
some people in the room ain't gonna agree with that.
I agree. Who I got beef with? I don't got beef.
Yeah, right. You know, there's still people from high school that you look at like,
That I look at like that?
Yup.
No. I don't even know nobody from high school unless I shoot from high school.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know these bitches. I'm telling you. They know more of me and about me than I know about that. But I have no problem. I don't have haters. My life is easy.
You don't know these bitches.
I don't hold beef. I don't even eat meat. Come on, Mario.
Word. You're vegan.
I'm a pescatarian.
Speaking of beef,
I'm a Baptist.
I gotta get some fufu and soup. I'm sorry. I'm really on a mission right now to get some fufu and soup. So.
All right. Yeah, so let's wrap this up.
What? Let me hit up Nay and see if she made some. Nay be cooking. She'll hook you up.
And they I don't know about. See, listen. Yeah, man. Yo,
Say it. I don't want Nay's fufu and soup because she ain't African and I'm racist. Say it.
Hey, listen. Just like I'm not getting Chinese food from a white person. I'm not getting pizza from an Asian person. No.
You never ate at P.F. Chang's?
Huh?
You never ate at P.F. Chang's? You never had bougie Chinese food?
Listen, I don't do that.
Your chef that's back there is white.
Listen, I'm not going to P.F. Chang's for pizza. I'm not going. If I'm going to P.F. Chang's, I'm not getting pizza. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying.
Pizza from P.F. Chang's?
Yeah. But like I said, yo, if they ain't African and I ain't tasted it yet, but like this, the only non-African person I ate African food from was my mother. And my mother was African through injection. So she...
And that's Nay. That's Nay, but it's okay. You know what? I'm gonna leave it alone. Because she's an amazing cook and she learned through injection. And
Does
she cooked
Well,
her
I'd have to taste it. We would have to talk. If she know how to cook palm nut soup with some fufu, hey, and it tastes, I might have to. But other than that, American person talking about, oh, they know how to cook. I'm like,
Listen, y'all are talking about food, and I need to order me some pizza. Royal Rumble's coming on in a little bit, so y'all need to wrap this shit up.
We're done. I need to go.
Anyways, so I go by the name of Cobra Karate, trying to get that fufu and that palm nut soup.
We're out of here. It's your girl K.I. Double, done with her water.
And it's D-Mobile, bulk.